I'm here. Sorry about that. I just had a bit of a technical issue there. I know last night there was a bit of an issue with the camera and all of that stuff. I am here. Welcome everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. This, of course, is a special presentation when Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, Banyana, Bafana, Banyana Bastyle, or any of those teams are playing. I will be here covering the game with you guys, and we'll do it via this watch along. Apologies for starting a little bit late there, but we have Mamelodi Sundowns versus Royal AM. Mamelodi Sundowns, of course, temporarily going into number 2. I'm going to say temporarily because you'd expect them to win versus the Royal AM team. But Mamelodi Sundowns is number 2 right now. 3 games played, 3 wins, no draws, no losses, 8 goals scored, 2 goals against, and then, of course, 9 points in total. Then they're playing a Royal AM that, man, they're just artists, man. They're just throwing. Who throw left, right, and center. 4 games played, 4 draws. They've only scored 1 goal and only conceded 1 goal in their league games thus far. In the last 5 games, of course, they have the 4 draws, but also a loss versus Cape Town City. The last time that Royal AM scored was on the 14th of September. Then, of course, Mamelodi Sundowns has a perfect record up to this point. 5 games, 5 wins, and that is how they go into this game. In the last 5 games that these two have played, it's also a clean sweep there. Royal AM have no wins, there have been no draws, and Mamelodi Sundowns has won all 5 of those games. Last time they met each other was the 14th of May, where Mamelodi Sundowns beat Royal AM 2-0. So it looks like this is going to be a win for Sundowns. It looks like it has to be a win for Sundowns, owing to the records, owing to how they come into this game, owing to how they have played together in the past. Then Royal AM has Ngobo in goal. They have Matlaba, Zulu, Gianni, Mkize, Makata, Matasela, Kumete, Ndlovu, Motebang, and Makwele. Look. The hardest working chairman in the league is sitting on the bench this time. He has been benched for this game. Andy Limpisane finds himself sitting on the bench for this one. And then, of course, Mamelodi Sundowns has Williams, Mvala, Mokwena, Kekana, Mudawu, Lunga, Mkhulisi, Mudiba, Ribeiro, Loch, and Shalulile. One very familiar name there. Very familiar name. Mokwena, Tebo Mokwena making it back into the Sundowns team. A lot had been said about Mokwena over the past few months. Who stepped in? So many questions were asked about why and how that player is not playing. But it seems Umangoba has stayed true to his word that they sorted whatever they had out, and now we're seeing Mokwena out on the pitch right now. And then, of course, a person who's also getting a start under Umangoba is Unyoso.
That's the Nyoso I know. I don't want another Nyoso. I didn't bring the other Nyoso. I brought the Nyoso that I know. Because that's not the Nyoso that I want. The Nyoso I want is got pressure, stress, he's dodging, he's dribbling, he's shooting, he's assisting, he's breaking the line. This is the Nyoso I know. Now when I don't get that Nyoso, then one Salukhanyo will get it.
Coach, Nyoso. We want to see if this is the Nyoso that we know, man. And he's going to get a chance in a much-changed Mamelodi Sundowns team. Here we come. In a much-changed Mamelodi Sundowns team that sees Ushalulile also come back into the starting lineup. We're seeing Mkhulise, Abolunga also coming in, which continues the trend. Yaga Coach Mangoba, somebody who has been rotating the squad quite a bit and giving a lot of players chances to come in. Which has been incredible up to this point for Mamelodi Sundowns, knowing that a lot of these players are going to be ready when they're called upon, and maybe they will stop. Maybe this season they won't have the problems they had going to the end of last season, where there was fatigue and people are complaining about time and not having time to coach players and all of that stuff. Let's see if that changes. Pandenom says we are Mamelodi Sundowns. Ow. Lebza, welcome, Lebza. There we go. Go. First one in. Is it the youngster? It's the youngster. It's Mamelodi Sundowns' perpetual youngster, the 28-year-old young man. Mkhulise has gotten the goal for Mamelodi Sundowns to make it 1-0. They have been pushing. They had a chance almost in the first minute. So Royal AM 6 minutes in, they've gone down to 1-0. Tlarebone, what they're going to do for the rest of this game. Very, very good start there for Mamelodi Sundowns. Let's see, Cabo Yellow. Kagiso says Sundowns 6-0 goal when I've just joined. Let's see. Oh. Why for Stella to play it out from the back? I was going to remark that this Royal AM team has come out today and they actually look to be open. They're trying to hit Sundowns. They tried to play a couple of balls. I think it was one ball over the top. They tried to play it there. They'd been committing players forward. It doesn't seem like the normal Royal AM that would sit back. But when you don't sit back, you also invite pressure and hey, playing out from the back, man. Playing up from the back. Sometimes, hey, you know, modern football. But what can we say? We always complain about John Maruka, who coached Royal AM, that he's not getting better. He's not progressing. He's not doing new things. I guess we can't be angry if he's doing new things and we're watching the teething of it. Temba says youngster. He's the eternal youngster, man. He's the eternal youngster. You know, he's got such a long career ahead of him. Police. Let me sleep a night of goals, says MK. Building from the back is not for everyone. Velile says 1-0 already. Savelelo. Yeah, Velelo, because actually they could have scored earlier. Sundowns had a bit of a chance, first minute, where they could have scored. So, oh, now 3. Wait, you're going to leave 3 at the back? Okay. Hey, John is brave today, man. John Maruka is brave. Coach Maruka is brave today. If Royal AM want to win or control the game, play high ball, says Ukahiso. Maybe we shouldn't blame Gavin Hunt. Well, remember, Agent, last season? We saw it with Coach Steve when he was trying to implement it at Swallows, and he got wrecked. They're playing 3 at the back. Can Royal AM play 3 at the back versus Sundowns? That is an interesting. It looks like a 3-4-3. Oh, Sundowns wants to get this game over with quick, eh? How siyabonga man, Coach Maduka. Defense Royal AM, my corner, says Sabelo. Surprise says high ball won't work against Sundowns. Look, I understand the thinking behind pressing and committing players forward, but you have to be a lot more disciplined than that. The key is that your guys just have to stay in position. So don't let them move. Don't let them, you know, be able to build up from the back. Okay, yeah, have they gone back to? I think they've gone back to 4. Don't let them build from the back. So the example is when Supersport played Sundowns, even though they did lose, there was that first half where they just literally all stood in position. So it was 4-3-3 or whatever they came out in, and they weren't pressing Sundowns. They weren't going in. They were basically saying, you guys can have the ball in defense and you can circulate it with your goalkeeper and everybody else. That's fine. But we're not going to allow you to play. The moment they got out of that gear and they started pressing Sundowns, that's when things fell apart. This Sundowns, it looks like Umkulisi is hungry. They're pressing very hard from the front and winning the ball back up high. So, hey, this Royal AM defense is going to have a tough time, man. They're going to have a tough time today. Letu says, I hate Sundowns with all I have, Shem. This team. Don't hate. Hate is such a strong word, man. Don't hate. You can dislike. You can be jealous of. Mara, guys. Guys, my TV was the lighting in the stadium not sufficient. It seems okay. It's a little bit darker. Maybe setting a camera. Maybe Supersport is trying something new there. Because of 3-4-3 Royal AM, I see a 3-0 before halftime. It looks like they've gone back to a 4. Surprise! It looks like they've gone back to a 4. They're like, we can't do this thing. Oh, Ndlovu. Ndlovu looks to be injured or he's sitting down. They've taped him up. I wonder if he's going to be back in then. Let's see what happened. Oh, okay, they haven't caught what happened. Mkhulisi scored. Mkhulisi scored. Watch Chairman hat-trick. Oh, Chairman hat-trick. Somebody says I want Mapena today. Well, Mapena is on the bench, so we're probably going to see him come in at some point. But again, Coach Mangoba, yeah? Don't tell me what to say in my house, man. Coach Mangoba. He's showing that a bit of rotation is good. But we're only really going to know the results of the rotation much later on. So we're going to know them a lot when they get into the later stages of the season. I think that's where we'll start seeing. Yeah. Did Chivavirus start a revolution there? That people are playing physical with the defenses. They basically went long ball and then they went, mano y mano man. Naka hunka. I like this Royal AM. I don't know if you play this game versus Sundowns, but I like that. I like that they're pushing, man. I like that they're pushing. Killing Batro Amar. They need something somewhere. Country Royal AM only has 3 substitutes. No, Velile. Hey, Google where we get the stuff because Royal AM hadn't posted their starting lineups. Google only showed the 6. So there are other players there, Mara. Technology failed me. Velile, I'm not an inside man. The PSL where I'm getting these lineups sent to me. Man. Nothing but just check internet. So already sometimes that they're starting lineup up an hour before, and then Royal AM, hi. Temas is like Rulani is coaching with the remote. Hey, Namtan Rulani, guys. Rulani is having a great time now over in Morocco. I think he's number 2 in the log. He's doing well with his Wheated team. Mutlukhele, guys. Mutlukhele where he is. Give Coach Mangoba his flowers, man. Give Coach Mangoba his flowers. Did he lose? Okay, then I don't know. Interesting chat with Coach Rulani. Cassius Mailula is now a bench player. He's not even a bench player. He's a stands player. Yo. Yeah, life comes at you hard sometimes. It comes at you fast sometimes. 13 minutes in, it is 1-0 to Mamelodi Sundowns. Royal AM is determined to play this ball. They are very determined to play this ball. They're trying by all means to build, man. And I'm going to applaud them. I wouldn't do it this game if it was me, but I'm going to applaud them, Shem. Oh, they lost. Okay, they lost. Okay, up and down. They want us to keep our files. We were quiet. Sundowns must give Chiefs Miami. Give. Hey, Larata Charity. Okay, first change is going to be Undlovu, who has come off injured, and in comes Utigazi. So number 22 Undlovu coming off for number 34 Utigazi. It seems like whatever happened to him, he can't carry on. Ketuktula, he can't carry on. Mina ngimbone buya uRulani says uvelile. Yeah, I saw I deserve the assistant coach of Ben City. Oh, Teba. But then velile uzoyapi. If Rulani were to come back, it's not going to be Sundowns. Or is he waiting for a certain coach Jose to leave so he can go back to Team Yaguabo? Who knows? Lodge is back. You guys need to make him his own song, man. 15 minutes in, 1-0. Yeah, so you see, they are sitting back, but you have to be very active in your moving side to side when you're doing that to Sundowns or trying to do that to Sundowns. But I like that Royal AM is playing an open game. Look, can they keep it up for 90 minutes? I don't know. Is it something that, maybe they change in the second half? Who knows? But I like them being more proactive. Royal AM is man. they just get pummeled and they just get pummeled to death. And as I say that, that was going to be offside though. Oh, Nazo. Oh, Nazo. Oh. Yeah, Tibang. They're at the back. Let me see the best. Buyekaya. Oh, Babamngano, I could do Dr. J. Man, Dr. J, guys. He wants to see his nephew home. Agent says this Sundowns is not dangerous. Yes, he's lost, but let's not forget that he won 5-0. Matlaba, MK. He's out here, Matlaba, man. Aye, guy. If Buyomere can play until he's 40-something, why can't Matlaba? They should play their own style, not trying to prove a certain point, says Kendrick. Look, I'm for, if you're going to lose, don't lose, I don't want to say the thing that I want to say. If you're going to lose, don't lay down and roll over. Rather play some football and know that you lost playing some football. You can always just go 7 at the back at some point if you want, or 8 at the back if it gets bad. But I like that they're active, and maybe give it to him. Maybe PSL teams will see that, you know, you can actually play versus Sundowns and Pirates at times, you know, and maybe that's the boost we need for them to go out and actually play versus the other teams, right? I do agree that maybe it's ill-advised in this game particularly, but guys, give them credit, man. They're playing, or they try. They try. I don't think in the games that I've seen of Royal AM that we watched together, I've never seen a Royal AM that has played, that has actually had some attacks, or not attacks. They've actually been positive. I don't think I've seen them do that. This one, it's not dangerous, agent. It's not dangerous. It's not the Ribeiro Matthews Sundowns. But if they can get the job done, then it goes back to the conversation we had last season where I said that maybe Sundowns does need two teams that play two different footballs. You know, maybe you do need to, when you bring in your other players, have them also have their own chemistries and their own things built, you know, so that when you call upon them, they're good. So as long as they get the job done, at the end of the day, the job needs to be done. Nazo? Oh, they're really wanting, okay, they're making Kutsia run. They're making Kutsia run and they're trying to be physical with him. Interesting. We've seen that ball up the middle played a couple of times. I think they want the defender and the attacker. They want to, you know, fight. But Haisan, maybe they thought that's the Ranga Chivavairo, the Chivavairo way. Let's see, I'm still in love with Makesi FC. I'm proud of those boys. Has led to man. Pirates won yesterday. We're now all at the weekend. Man. Tabelo says Royal M will be lucky not to get relegated. Currently the number 9. And I think that just shows you EPSL. 4 games played, 4 draws. They've only scored 1 goal. Goal difference 0. Well, okay, now it's going to be -1. But even that, just throwing has put them at number 9. You know, Amazulu are last. So we'll see. Actually, let me ask in the comments, who do you guys think is going to be relegated and who's going to play playoffs? Currently, I think it's Amazulu. Oh, wow, way. Why would you, Maramataba? Why would you try? What about hanger keeper who's standing right there on his line? Okay, that was that was confident. I can't wait for the Club World Cup, says Utemba. Chiefs is in the house of MK. The midfield lacks Kutsia. I guess the coach must find another role for Mokwena. Now when I told you guys, remember what I said? That Mokwena and Kutsia. Mokwena can't do what Kutsia does. Mokwena is great in the midfield in terms of a simple pass. If he needs to make a simple pass, usually he goes backwards. But if he needs to play a simple pass and if he needs to win back possession, I liken him to the defensive part of Busquets' game where he might pull a jersey or something during a counter just to calm everything down. That's him. He's the bodyguard for the ball players in the midfield. You know, Kutsia actually has to build the ball up. Can they play in this Mangoba team where, you know, the normal A team doesn't necessarily have a defensive six player? It's usually a Kutsia who's up there. Can they coexist all together in this new one? Is the question. Is the question. Let's see. Chairman is on the bench, Kendrick. Chairman had a board meeting earlier today, so he couldn't play. Man, he works too hard to have to play all these games. I saw the coach of Chiefs there. Yeah, he's scouting. He's scouting. How are you doing, Chen? How are you doing? Maybe Mangoba heard the Arabs are here to watch us, so he's confusing the enemy. Maybe that could be true. That could be true. Double Cup Sundowns versus Real Madrid. I would like that. Would you? You saw what Vinny did. You saw what Vinny did yesterday. Sundowns is good, but hey, Dortmund were 2-0 up and they lost 5-2. Are you ready for that, guys? Are you ready for that? Williams is going to Paris on Monday. Gavin told me yesterday. Oh, sorry, but that's what I'm saying. Sorry about that. I thought he's going to learn from Makesi. Gavin is playing his old football with players that can't play his football. Oti Kutsi is not there. Please respect my player. Okay, yeah, but it's two different players, agent. It's two different players. Sorry. I pray I mean Royal AM gets thrown out of the league, disgrace in this league. Well, they were already thrown out of DDC. Struggling ka transfer ban. I don't know if holding on to that 12 million Ganekovic is worth it. Because they haven't signed any players. They're struggling with DDC. I don't know how they're doing in Hollywood bets. I'd have to look it up, but yeah, hey. We that versus Man City. What Vinny did yesterday is what Chairman is going to do today. Hey, Mar. Chairman, man. The main objective is to see Sundowns given. It's not 15. It's not going to be 15, guys. Royal M can't hold out till the end of the season. Their squad lacks depth and quality, says Tapelo. Well, that could be an argument you could make for them getting relegated. It would have to be one of those situations. But for a team that doesn't play a lot, I mean, now they obviously not top 8. They didn't play in the top 8. They're out of the calling knockout. They're probably going to, I don't know what they're going to do in the Nedbank Cup, but for that team, right, I think they're going to have the 34 odd games to play this season. So they just need to make sure that they're better than the guys at the bottom. But Richards Bay is coming up. I don't see Makesi going back down. You'll have to pray for Marumo Gallants to maybe wobble again. And then hopefully you'd have to hope, not hopefully, you'd have to hope that Coach Kanu, no Coach Zwane don't work out. So, hey, Royal AM ladies are number 8. Yay. Oh, Piwe. Bogu, Piwe, Nshawa, Nshawa Makesi. Beating Paris does not mean you're strong. Cape Town Spurs must be an example. No, it's not. It's not. Doesn't mean you're strong. But when you look at the team, I think they're a better team than a lot of the guys in the league. But to be fair, it is early on. It is early on in the league. A lot can change. But it's not looking like it's going to be a Spurs type of situation, if that makes sense. Their lawyer ill-advised them. No, they did. I'm just like, why don't you just pay the settlement and move on? The club is suffering right now. You know? Or maybe they believe that they can hold out. Maybe they believe they can hold out, you know. Maybe we'll see. Okay, Sundowns has slowed down a little bit. Agent, that conversation we had about Ribeiro and Shalulile, I think we're seeing it here. I think we're seeing it play out here. Maybe even having Umkhulise on the pitch playing as the 10. Ribeiro is now on the right-hand side, kind of out of the game. He might score. He could score, but oh, Ribeiro in the 10, guys. Oh, Ribeiro in the 10, guys. Oh, Ribeiro in the 10 is something else, man. Yeah, he's drifting there. He wants the ball now. Ribeiro in the 10. Achige. Ari Reynolds Matthews. Aha, guys. Oh. We had an argument about Motsepe in the middle, Shem. He's proving me right. Yeah. Again, guys, honestly, and this is not a bad thing on the Sundowns players because they're doing very well. Rulani's system last season did a lot of heavy lifting for this team. Rulani's system made sure that the strengths were amplified. I say this every time. It made sure that the strengths were amplified and the weaknesses were, you know. So Umodiba didn't have to play a full-on player who plays in the middle, like a CM, right? And whenever he'd lose the ball or whatever, he's got the overload. Okay, wait, creatively when they go forward, you'd have Modiba, Allende, Tshwane in play, you'd have Kutsia coming in, you'd have an overload in the midfield. Then if you ever lose the ball, Kutsia and Mokwena were covering whatever spaces were left at the back, making that back three. There was a lot of weaknesses that were covered, but then Mangoba's system may ask you to do a lot of mano-a-mano work. You have to be the guy and be a rounder player, right? And do a lot of things that you weren't maybe asked to do in a Rulani system. So let's see how it pans out. But yeah, I wanted to see him in the middle, but I don't know, man. I don't know. A couple of these players are playing a bit out of position. Salil has never been the same since the Matchbox incident. Tyler says he's a marble. Edmund Ribeiro is not him. I'm sorry, but I'd take Saleh. No, the DJ. I would take Saleh where Ribeiro is forced to play. So Ribeiro, when he has to play, normally last season, it used to be Ribeiro, Shalulile, Tshwane. Then Tshwane would would run into the 10. So Ribeiro would have to play wing. So if he's playing out there, wing come striker out there, I would also take Saleh. Hands down. It's no fight. But Ribeiro in the 10, guys. Shem. He's different. Thanks, OT, for giving Rulani his flowers. No, Rulani did well with his system. He did well with his system. And I think Mangoba is going to do well with his system. You know? So we'll see how it pans out. Inverting as midfielder is easier than playing as a midfielder. Exactly. That's the words, Agent. Inverting as a midfielder in a packed midfield is harder. Mudiba, guys. Hey, Mudiba was living the life. Inverting from the left-hand side, you're not expected to play up the left-hand side because Mamelodi Sundowns doesn't play usually. Well, last season, didn't play up the left-hand side because whoever was on the left was often just cutting inside and playing inside, you know. So it become a right-handed two, a right side leaning two. So, hey, let's see what he does now. Mara, all I'm saying is that sometimes you got to give coaches their props. Yo. Yeah, no, Agent, this Sundowns is not all it day. At Ribeiro will never replace Tau 22. Yeah, man. Comparing Saleh. Yeah, it's two different things. Saleh says Mangoba football is yet to be tested in CAF. I want to know what it's going to play like. Because we saw some glimpses of those type of games. Like Yanga played a similar type of game at times with, was it Aziz Ki? Lightning transitions. So let's see. I think For me, the question for Mamelodi Sundowns is going to be what happens from around minute 65. So from around minute 65, you start to see them lose their structure. And yes, most of the time they've done the job. They're pretty much over with what they need to do. But you see them lose their structure a little bit, and you see teams start playing. Gallant started playing and looking better, even though they were bad for the whole game. Golden Arrows started playing the ball a little bit. I think they took 2 shots at Williams in that time. And that time, the last 20 minutes, is where CAF games are won and lost at the end. When you get into the knockouts and you get into the big boys, that's where they won and lost. So I want to see what Mangoba can cook up for that, whether they can be not necessarily attacking still, but they can still have their control. That's the question. Possession right now, 32 minutes in, 71% to Sundowns, 29% to Royal AM. Sundowns still leading by 1-0. A goal coming from the eternal youngster. Youngster in Mamelodi Sundowns, Umkhulise, the young man. Really using his potential in his early years. The young Pitso. Hey, wena. Hey, wena. Hey, wena. Ha! Kimango. Sarah. Ha! Ribeiro in 10 is dangerous play, like Saleng is dangerous on the wing to kill a game. Exactly. This is Sundown's strongest squad. Not this one. Oh, you mean match day squad or squad in general? But the matchbox came out from Marco. I saw him with the naked eye. Okay, Masego. I'm not sure. But he's on the bench, actually. Sorry. Masego's on the bench right now. Mangoba style is direct football. It's easy to plan against. There are a lot of teams are dominating them. Yeah, well, by the time they dominate, the job is usually done. I'm not scared of Royal AM waking up in the 70th minute and starting to play football. I'm not afraid of that. I'm afraid of Esperance de Tunis. It's a semi-final of the Champions League, right? You're going into the last 20 minutes of the game. Can you control that game, right? And maybe it's a different tactic when you go play in the Champions League, to be fair. But can you make sure that you're not losing the game in those final minutes when everything is going down? So that's my worry for Mamelodi Sundowns. Not necessarily that they should worry about it in the league, but crunch time in the Champions League has been where Mamelodi Sundowns has faltered a little bit, man. If we're being honest. Let's see. They need to play in phases, says Tapelo. The DJ says, I imagine if Loch had the Tembazwane to play the ball with attitude. Sarah is another Nkata. Central defensive striker. Not in Africa. You can't play that type of football. You can't play direct. I don't know. Imagine if this Sundowns can get 2 goals before halftime, or 2 or 3 goals before halftime in the Champions League. I think they'll be dangerous. I think the playing, especially actually, they're going to be good because it's transition based. So he's direct, but it's a transition. I would love to see what Reyners and Matthews are going to do. If you remember, like at Chiefs, when they got to the final, a lot of that was based on transitioning, playing ugly and then transitioning. This Sundowns can hold the ball, and then now they have the ability to break very quickly. So I think they're going to do well. I even think Pirates is going to do well in the Champions League. It's just finishing games that's going to be the question, if that makes sense. We were so close to winning my first leg. September. Pirates are going to see films with the Red Boys. We are watching Kawara, leave them, don't mind. Hey Mara, you guys. Mangoba's frustrated. Most of the teams in CAF put a lot of emphasis on match day preparation. That's true, but a lot of African football is not bound. It's not pound to pound. It's man, they feel each other out. It's a dance. You know, when you watch two defensive boxers playing against each other, that's what it is. And everybody's waiting for a knockout punch, you know. Oh, Ribeiro's dropped in. Yeah, he's bored. He's bored. Ribeiro's bored because he doesn't play on the right. He's bored. He's coming inside to try play. Does Shasha still have a place in this team, guys? I guess that's the question I want to ask. Does Shasha still have a place in this team? Especially seeing how dynamic Matthews, Ribeiro, and Reyners are. Tapelo says Shalili is finished. I don't think it's necessarily finished, but does this Sundowns play the football that Shalulile needs to play? Should be yeah, I agree. Shepe says, China, we know the real starting 11. This is certainly not it. Mangova's got a real starting 11 now. Hola, Coach Mangova. Hi, man. It took him a while, but it took him a while, but he's now winning people over. That cross is not going to work. Role M is sitting. They're ready for it. 37 minutes in. It is 1-0. Remember, halftime, I'll let in some people. We can have a conversation. Then, if we can get to 25,000 likes, then I will open it up in the second half. And everybody will be able to jump in and we can have conversations about what you feel about the game. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes that you can jump in and let me know what your thoughts of the game are. Nazo? Too wide though, too wide. We're getting into critical phase now. We're getting into the critical phase now. Who's going to blink? Let's see. Sab Shalulile ayingeke says uZizo. Shasha doesn't have space now. He needed to adjust to Mangoba's system. Can he be as dynamic? The strikers that are playing for Mangoba are not traditional nines, if I can put it like that. It's not nines. It's Salengs. Oh. Hebanna. Hebanna. Aye. What?
Wa bafana man. Oh what?
What was that? You get a chance, you're looking at Williams. Mataba was taking shots from wherever he took shots from, up and over. Now Usera, is it Sarah? Mutebang gets a chance to go one-on-one, and then hi guys, down stress Chiefs the pressure Shasha must go to Naturena. Papa was Mokwena is trying too hard, and imagine as a 6, he is the one crossing. No, there's no discipline here. There's no like tactical discipline here. Ribeiro's dropping back in. Lodge and Shasha standing next to each other at some places. Complacency will kill this team. Complacency will kill this team. They're far too relaxed. Kana, what did Kumo say? They're casual, man. Kumo, what's the word you used if Kumo's here? They're too casual, man. Sundowns has possession, turnover in the final third, lack of cohesion. You must shake when you see Africa's number 1. Man, you must want to score versus Africa's number 1. Look at how Royal AM. Oh man, they broke a press, a semi-press, but they broke a press. There, man. Oh, that changes into man. You see the foul I was telling you about. For those who don't believe me when I speak about Mokwena, you see the foul that I tell you about. They've got momentum, they're doing something. Just kancane. He didn't have to there, honestly, but that's what he does. It's a foul that's not going to get you a yellow card. Mamelodi Sundowns last season was leaving games with 22 fouls. Why? The moment you get a bit of momentum, Mokwena man, ref blows, they get back into position, then it's like that. That's what he does best. And what he does best, like I said, as a bodyguard is, the moment Allende loses the ball, or Mkhulise here, or Mudiba here, his job is to slow them down a little bit before they get to our defense. He's scared of William Serra. Sundowns defense is too slow for Serra. Says Tapelo, says Aisuga, they must be relegated. What was that? Blessing says, Blessing's asking, my team, I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan. I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan. But my alma mater will always have my heart. The whole Royal AM team is here. Shasha should go to We Dad. Fananom says it's a chameleon football. I mean, we have Kaizer Chiefs and Arabs watching. They're just scouting, guys. I'm sure Sundowns does the same. You guys send people 2 weeks ahead again. Allegedly, you send people 2 weeks ahead to go scout the place where you're playing and all of that stuff. I'm sure they watch some matches while they're there. Rulani instilled that after copying it from Manchester City, Rodri. And I say Busquets. Mudiba is not effective when playing in the middle, says Kodani. Mokwena trying to play a Hollywood pass. It's a confidence thing, OT. Half of these guys have not been playing together at Sundowns. That's true. Mesa Shambe says that the disappointment here is that the B team is not grabbing the opportunity. And I think, Shambe, to your point, it's not even that they're not grabbing the opportunity. I think it's the intensity that you need to play with when you are a B team, quote unquote, player. You get what I mean? Like, you'd expect them to be running more and trying to score more and doing more to try, you know, break into that team. Abo Mkhulise laba, Abo Loch laba, Mudiba in the middle, maybe making his case for going there. So, it's not allegedly that one, but I'll add allegedly just to be sure, surprise. Mamelodi Sundowns midfield isn't disarray and disjointed. Maybe you guys will take me seriously when I tell you guys that Mokwena is not the same type of ball player in the middle. He's not the same type of ball player. And on top of the fact that Mudiba doesn't play there. Oh, they're really trying to catch Sundowns. But I don't even trust Serra. He could go off A1 and he'll still miss that ball. See? Back pass. When was it? When was it when I said it and people were fighting me? Oh, Pegabo Grant running into midfield. Sure, boy. And Gimkaya. And a Gimkai. I just want to say Gimkaya. Hey, it's with an OE, not a WE, Tyler. Please. No, it doesn't like Mangoba. That's why I missed Rulani. Or maybe Mangoba knows the players that fit in his system. I don't send Mangoba and he sends him to the... No, it's... Guys, it's not that he's a bad player. It's nothing to do with his being a bad player. We mustn't do that thing that we often do in South African football where a player is clearly playing out of position or is clearly doing a role that they're not meant to play. And obviously they play badly in that role. And then we make it seem as though the player is a bad player. Sometimes it's just scheme. You look at Chiefs. Abo Chiva Varun, Abo Shabalala, they were nowhere up until a scheme came and a Sereno came. Then you started to see it. You know, so please, guys, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Okay. I'm gonna let some people in. Let's have a conversation. Remember, you have to be following me on TikTok in order to jump in and add your voice to the show. Very, very interactive show. Let me just get my graphics right while I'm here. Shama graphics, guys. Where else do you see this? Where else do you see something like this? Okay, let's go. Let's see who's here. Let's have a conversation. Guys, please, tata screen, man. Tata screen. Let's tap. Let's try to get as many as we can. And Kupari gift, guys. Kupari gift. I humbly request some gifts, please. Okay. Oh, multi-guest. Whenever TikTok updates, man. Oh, wait, whenever TikTok updates. Let me see if I can't Jimmy it. Hi, man. Kumo. Yeah, huh? Kumo, are you with me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
You know, they updated the TikTok app now and it let you in, but now it's not opening.
What's not opening?
The multi-guest
So I
screen.
can speak alone.
Hey, for now.
Okay, come on, it's fine. Yeah.
Kumo, o ring ka festa fellow naman.
I'm bored.
You're bored.
Honestly, I'm bored.
How?
Yeah, but not because of Sundowns. Royal AM. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's because they also have to pitch in to pay Nekovic because the mood is down.
Yeah.
To be frank, ne, I'm actually surprised to see starting lineup, especially how where Muntwe people are jealous, ne? Yeah, I'm made for this, especially where Mudi was playing one kalang. I never imagined him to be that far behind, like far as a defender. I was
Okay.
happy to see Mukulise actually score. It wasn't like the best of goal, but it was nice, especially for a guy who finally gets to start and shows what he actually can do. It showed awareness that he's always willing to read the game. That's how he scored the goal, ne?
Okay.
Shalulila Shem is not getting the supply that he needs, even though Rabona Ribeiro got vision was and stuff, ne? So I wish for him to get a goal as well. But rather than that fella, we can see already the rotation that is happening under Mangoba. Because a certain player, a certain coach, he would never play this starting lineup in not in a million years, especially at the front three that's on form currently.
But Kumo, tell me, are you worried about maybe this team, not necessarily tactically, but they're not playing man with any Havana? They're very relaxed. They're chilling. Are you worried at all about that side of this thing, or how, guys?
Maybe they're just going on the energy Royal AM on Kellohai. So it's one thing to do this, because one thing Sundowns to you don't have room to relax, because as we see now, based on the lineup, you can be on hot form, and if you don't perform, Baba, Seto just scheme. Babuti Semuda, my agent, guy. Babuti Semuda, Mokwena, like Bantu for the longest of time, Pasaki, so I don't know what's happening. This game doesn't have that oomph, but like I said, it's not from our side. Get from the opposition side.
Okay, finally, it's open. Kumo, you had your time to shine. Let me bring in Agent. Agent, welcome to the show, my brother.
Yeah, no, very much tricky. Team and Anabugozi, man, Anabugozi, this team. No, Shem.
What are you thinking? What's happening, man? What's happening? Or maybe you're not used to the chameleon anymore.
No, yeah, probably I've unlearned the chameleon, But I think we need an extra goal, 2-0, just to be safe. Because, hey, I'm afraid there's going to be a game that we might draw, that you're not supposed to draw,
Yeah.
And also I look at the bench, I'm like, yo, who is there that I can call on to maybe bring the change that I need? Because we need a change in midfield. And I don't see anyone, I don't see anyone. That's how I know the problem is not our width, the problem is our midfield. So who's gonna solve that? But anyways, the thing is, and I alluded to this in the group, and we had a very long conversation that playing as a midfielder is different as playing from an inverting midfielder. Different roles. Playing as a supporting striker or as a McTominay who is able to make runs, late runs into the box is different from playing as a striker. Okay. You can do that, but as a striker is different, So that's the conversation that I was trying to drive towards my fellow members, that it won't work with Mudiba in the midfield. He needs to invert, because it allows him that room to maneuver. And Shalulile Shem, no comment. Lodge is not raising a standard. Ribeiro is lost. Mkulisi is the one who is held his hand up. Mvala and Kekana. I don't know. Someone exposed Kekana, Shemley, that you need to bully him. I don't know why, but it's fine. Again, sometimes when you're under pressure, do the simple things. Don't try too hard, right? As mokwena, you know that you are not necessarily in favor. Now, when you're not in favor, you see, listen to the coach's criticism and take it as constructive, even if maybe it's meant otherwise. He was saying, I prefer Ukotie because he doesn't leave a hole in that midfield, right? Now, what you see with Mokwena, he's our CDM, but you see him crossing. Why are you crossing? You have left. What have we done? We have left our midfield open, and that's why the balls are going through. So be coachable, learn what the coach is saying, even if it's a side remark, learn from it and implement it. So I'm disappointed with him. Umodau, ironically enough, Velilo was saying his crossing is horrible, and I saw him ballooning across. I'm like, but otherwise the whole team is not covering self in glory. I thought they'll show a bit more hunger because of a change the lineup, but I'm disappointed. Yeah.
Okay. Let me go to Ushambe. Shambe, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
It's in Lapo, Mr. OT.
Man, I'm good. My brother, 1-0, man. What do you feel about this game?
I feel like I'm watching Wydad Casablanca versus Real AM right now. This is not Mangoba ball. And it's okay, because we understand the circumstances today. It's charity minutes. Ikhehla lifikile lapha eCloricop lazocela meeting noManqoba. Manqoba wathi ayikhinkinga mlungu ngizoyenza lento ngicela ukuthi ngiyenze. Ukuthi ubamba ushut up kancane nje yabo. But akusiskim sethu lesi.
Yeah.
And as long as we're going to win, I don't mind. But these boys that are playing today are extremely disappointing. I don't like the levels of complacency. Mokwena no Mudiba. Who thought would see the day where Mokwena, Mudiba, and Mudau would look out of place? Like, this is insane because it shows the levels of quality that we have in that official starting lineup that we have. Yaga RMR. Yeah, it shows because teams would die for these players, but it looks like we're slowly moving on from the three that I just mentioned.
But can I ask you something? Should Mangoba have a different tactical plan for these players when he brings them in, or is he also hanging them out to dry?
Hey, this almost feels like one of those Jacob Zuma chess moves. Those I'll give you your own rope to hang yourself. Yeah, man. So like lack of cohesion, lana. Yayibona difference kakhulu ka Mudau no Murena, man. Mudau gives us nothing going forward. But because they do different things, I guess, because, Mda was incredible at the recovery. So I can give him grace, Lapo, but I need them to show more hunger. Yes, yeah, especially Lodge, who's never cemented his place in the squad. He needs to fight. These are players that are fighting for their place, and they letting go of the opportunity. Shalulile, we're about to move on from. Lodge, we're probably going to move on from. You can see Umurena taking their position, Gamudao, easily. These players should be grabbing this opportunity and fighting for their place. Otherwise, they're just going to play charity minutes for the rest of the season.
Okay. Let me go to Malome Kutso. Malome Kutso,
Mr. Uti.
how are you?
I'm not Mr. Uti. Move on.
No, it's all been gone, and then my camera did the things, but I was speaking.
Was it before Hoto scored or was it after?
No, I was here for the whole game. But immediately when I had to go because my camera did the things.
Number one, Mr.
Hey.
Uti, number two.
Nina nimphulele izinto zami every time I'm Pirates something yaphuka. What do you feel?
This is a set game for me. Like, I'm observing certain things. It's a fluke, man. Le John Maduka. He looks like he has fallen out of love with football. Yeah, bamvovile lapho lento bamenze yona go Royal AM man. Hayi man. John Matuka was promising Mr. Uti he should be far khona manje. But lento bamenze yona, like, I saw a player miss a gilt edge opportunity. Athukile an experience around Motivan International. Wathuka waqaba ukuthi bayamgijimisa baya attacker. Wavela phasi Williams. Williams wathi John Matuka did not even scream, did not even react. He just lifted up his hand. What can we say? Like, the guy has fallen out of. Abo mahlasela nabo bayamfawula. There's no eagerness to rush forward. There's no reaction. There's no passion. If I would even sign a petition to get Royal AM relegated ASAP. Mr. Uti, like I feel like ngaphakathi Mr. Uti. And then I'm not gonna comment so much on the football because shem yabonga Mr. Uti. Is Sundowns in Enyugu, Mr. Uti?
Yeah.
I asked this from a PSL brand perspective. As a reason, do you think you are being a cool child? But I'm asking from a PSL brand perspective. Is it necessary for Tebogo Mokwena to wear black ties? As a league, it's really not about him. Is it really necessary? Can't he just buy blue ties? I think it's unfair on the entire PSL as a brand, Mr. Uti. Idiski, it's okay, Mr. Uti. Yenzeka, Mr. Uti. Standard this year. We saw it last year at Pirates when we thought Abo Lodge would replace Abo Maswangai and take it higher, where Erasmus would replace Abo Lipas and take it higher. No. But Mr. Uti, Akfani, when your time is up, your time is up.
Okay. Let me go to Gustavo. Gustavo, tell me about this game. Welcome.
Sure, Uti Ferry.
Hi, man.
Man, before I go any further, wasengikhohliwe legama olishilo ukuthi wangazi setup yenzeni uthe unani lana. Phela lena kusasiyi TikTok account lena, this is it's a football platform. Yabo. Kusiyi TikTok account and we must protect it, yabo, in any way possible.
Yeah.
Uthole ama verifications enze konke, protect this platform, yabo. Kusiyi TikTok account le. Yabo, kusiyi TikTok account. But yeah, uthi game yabhora man, ukuthi ukhuthishile man. Yazi ukudlala uyakubona when you're experienced in something, you're good at it, then you play someone who's not experienced. Like ikuvela kubhora nje kuba ngathi nawe manje awunayo le interest, you don't even care about showing up, yabo. So game yakhona lena is just to give some players minutes. Babe mnandi ma play Sundowns, get those minutes in the tank because there's really nothing here. Yabo, you have a player who's clear one-on-one, who's panicking, no composure. Yabo.
Marubela won Ballon d'Or, man. He got through Ballon d'Or.
Yeah. No coach man, yabona ukuthi ikhuthu ibeka kahle lento. Mina ngimzwela ubuhlungu coach man. As you look at Royal AM in their first season, you were like, wow, it was impressive. Players were motivated.
Yeah.
Everything was free flowing, and we were in their following season. We're looking forward to seeing them play. You know, but it just never got there, no. They brought in coach Dance. Nah, washeshwa ihambela wayibona lenkinga ukuthi hey no, I can't. Lana yabo coach ohleli lana for ispan nemali ukuthi uyahola, nothing much. Yabo sahlalela ukuthi uyahola. If you look at the results, another club would have fired him by now already. You know, another club would have fired him, but aina plan nayo le team. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know, it's unstructured. Like sangeni. But all I'm saying is mina lana nje ukuthi game ibe interesting abafaka lo ntuzana chairman mayibambela agibela ibhola ashaya imani lokuphasi enjoy kube mnandi love task because ayikho lento sibukeliswa yona la yabo ayikho lento sibukeliswa yona la like entertain us, like do something. But okay. I'm a player man namusha 6 changes I think. It's 6 changes. I'm not expecting much from the boys, but I can see Uti flow Ifani. Yabo Ripero is trying and they are rushing too much. See, today they are rushing too much and they're not in the same wavelength as our Ripero by is playing those through balls, and those through balls you'd see Reyners or Matthews running to them and getting to those balls. They already know where those balls are going. You know, Uloch is not on the same wavelength. Umudiwa is not willing to play those balls also going forward. You know, I saw Lodge free on the left there. He was alone. Just play him there, but decided to play the ball across, switch the ball. I didn't understand that from Mudiwa.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, there's that, man. If the boys stop rushing, and hopefully we'll see Naoma Yama coming in and getting those minutes. Yeah, boy.
Okay.
Gube mnandi, man.
No, guys, for time's sake, I'm going to move on from the panel. If we can get to 25K, guys, 25K, then we can carry on. The game is back. It is 1-0. Just add 45 to whatever my timer says, and you'll have the time, the current time that is happening right then. So just add 45, it'll go from there. My thoughts are very simple about this game. I'm in two minds. Number one, you say now you're seeing why some of the players were not playing in Coach Mangoba's system. You see that how important some players are now becoming, and they're overtaking some of the other players that were in the first team last year. So now maybe we're seeing that tactically, man, that's why people are benched, or that's why people are not preferred. But I think this is an important step that you need to take as a team. And the reason why I say that is, rather you guys choke versus Royal AM, not choke, but you guys play poorly versus Royal AM, then later on in the season, when I need you, you haven't had any minutes, you haven't had time to be in the squad, and now le flopper when we're chasing something big. So I like that aspect of it, that now we're seeing these players, and I give Coach Mangoba the biggest praise for rotating. I love his rotation because he's making sure that some of these players, no one can hide and say, I've never been played, you know, I was not ready, what. And this might become very important later on. Ribeiro can't play as the winger. Ribeiro can't play with Shalulil. This, we've said before that they don't gel together. This dynamic Mamelodi Sundowns that Umangoba has built with a front two, you'd say, two Salengs and number 10, where Ribeiro plays the 10, is now the first team. It's now the first team. But then when we look at Hashem, I like what they did at the beginning of the game, what they're trying to do here. They're actually playing, which is different for a Royal AM team. So I want to give Coach Maduka props that, you know, he's willing to go to a back three and play 3-4-3. He's willing to play the ball out from the back, which is something that we haven't seen, trying to beat a press. He's willing to go bully the Mamelodi Sundowns defenders. Now, the quality that he has maybe can't take advantage of some of those things some of the trouble that they're causing, right? But I'm going to give Coach John Maduka some props for the setup for this game. Shem, I give him the hardest time. I always call him a placeholder coach, Utwan Maduka. It's really sad, like the guy said halftime. It's really sad what's happening to Royal. And just on a side note, guys, this is what when I warn about teams saying, no, it's too much to go to the next level, or you're gonna win something, and then there's gonna be an expectation, and the expectation is gonna kill a team. Do you know what kills the team? That lack of expectation. That's what happened to Royal. Guys, Royal AM finished number 3. First season, when they bought East Seplum Celtic, when it was the merged team, they finished number 3. Never done it again. So now we have to speak about teams and say, Stelli's won a trophy. There should be an expectation for them to go and win another trophy. Or else they could end up in these type of situations. There's a lot of teams that have done those type of things. Chipa looked amazing in its first few years. What happened to it? So I think Royal AM is a cautionary tale of what happens when you let your standards drop and drop and drop and drop and drop, and now you get to a point. Somebody who said, I think it was ASAP, was it ASAP or who said, here comes Royal AM, here comes Royal AM, here comes Royal AM. Who said that Aksana team Milana, man? They're no longer doing anything. They're on a transfer ban. They've been kicked out of DDC. Aksana team. But anyway, Royal AM is starting to play. They're playing a lot brighter. They did have a passage like this in the first half where they were giving Sundowns some problems, right? Being a lot more physical with the defenders, playing the ball up and doing all that stuff. What's really got me down about this game is you expect bench players to play a lot harder. I think we all know now what the A team in Mamelodi Sundowns is this year, or we can see it. And I expected more, man, from Abo Lodge, Abu Shalulile, especially versus Royal AM, But hopefully they can pick up their socks and we can see them, man, actually start playing this game. Okay, let me see what's happening in the comments. Surprised. Yeah, guys. There, Charlie Fog. Welcome. I know Mangoba will go for Masego, then Mapena. Maralira. Lali winner. Man. In the middle of a win. Royal AM. I guess another question, guys, that I want to ask you. If you know that your bench plays a different football to your starters, for example, like I said, Ribeiro in the first team, quote unquote, and Ribeiro in this team is 2 different players because they're playing 2 different positions. Shalulile and Reyners are completely different. Lodge and Matthews are also a little bit different. Are you then forced to have to come up with a new setup for your second team? And this is now a question to the coaches, that if you know that these players can't play the football that you want to play, must you then come up with another football for them so that they can shine? Or are you hanging them out to dry, some of these players, Royal AM definitely not in the game. It's as if they're scared of something, man. Yeah, Gabriel, yeah. But they're braver than normal, Shem. Tigazi must sign for Chiefs, Shem says Tshwane. Mara Tshwane, stop scouting other people's players, man. You scouted, was it Dotley? You scouted Dotley. We don't talk about how underrated Nkulise is. This guy's always putting in a good performance. Gustavo, we don't talk about him because, you don't want to hype your youngsters too much and put too much pressure on them when it's so early, You have to give them time. You have to give them time to grow into the game a little bit before you put pressure on them. So I think Nkulise is doing very well. Still got a very long career ahead of him. Change how the attacking 4 plays. That's where the problem is. So Gustavo, how would you change it? Would you hit a cross? What would you do? Tyler says you have to be creative as a coach and come up with different types of play that suits your players. To be fair, that's something we say about all the coaches. But we've hit 25K, so Let me see who's here and let's have a conversation. Yeah, Mkulise is a forever youngster, Lerat. You'll always be a youngster in our eyes. The young Pitso. Tuli, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, Mr. Uti.
Amarabokon.
I mean, I got to request if we have half time. Ne? I didn't see it in cancel, but are you open?
No, I'm open. Go for it. Go for it. I'm gonna give everybody a minute or two just to tell me what they're thinking.
This game, man. It's not nice to watch this game because it seems like a rotation there. Sundowns, it's not giving the same effect in the lineup my previous games, especially because if you can check on the previous games, they were coming from the width, and both sides width they're not giving in this game. The side Yamtau, Umren, and Umren, if you check, he has a lot of assists this season. Through I won't say it's a cross, we say, I'm a 6 yard. Yeah, I'm a 6 yard ground passes. So we're not getting that from Umtau. That side,
guys, please mute Montana.
Even that side, they're lodging now. It's not giving. There's nothing happening. The fear that I have for Sundowns is that the longer it becomes low 1-0, it goes over a sense of believing from Royal AM, and then they will get a chance and then he came playing a draw, which is unnecessary. But again, let's watch and see. Sometimes need to score a goal at least just to have a cushion.
Okay. Let me bring in a surprise. How do you see the game, my brother? Welcome.
Hola, Mr. OT.
Inter.
Next, ke boregile.
What's all gaming? I can't really rotate.
Rivero, show off for today, I don't know in Sagala. And I got mule, Namudiva, di pasta high, I did leaky.
Yeah.
And never thought once in Rinyaga Mokwena or agri game time and get a shoe grill. And no one of her wild la benchy. So,
Marakari le balata kaofela, le lata Mudiba, le lata Mudao, le lata ke bang Mokwena. Ha le sa ba batla ke eng man?
Wa bona Mudiba yena o sharp but not Mohar. And the Motaung na o sharp defensively, but higher go pele monna the passes are high at league. It's like he has two personalities. Higher go pele ke Motaung, and then a halo go morao ke Sailor me. What's up? Halo go morao what defender like recovery high sharp play. Mar higher go pele.
Yeah. Jole Nchaele, do you think that Mangoba's proving a point ka game in, or is it genuinely Mangoba's
he's proving a point. Yeah, and get Hugo Brosen Avulela last the Hurne, and then he told him, Hurne, you should look at your house and I will look at mine.
Yeah.
He showed him what's going on now. So
okay.
He knows what he's doing.
No, surprise. For time, let me bring in the other guys. Tyler, tell me about this game. Welcome.
Well, thanks, OT. Good evening to the gents. I see the Singer there, surprise, Montana. I saw Agent there and there. No, I think it's good for Mangoba to give these guys a run. But you can tell that most of them have not been playing together. Some of them don't have the same games as compared to Abu Matthews and others. So they're not sharp. They are heavy. Mudao on your, on your right hand side. He's trying to prove a point. Gutina, he can square balls, but we all know that he can't. As I was saying, Guti, you do need them. If you check half of these guys, these were the core Zaga Rulani in the last season, and they are used to play that 1-2 football. And a lot of players are struggling because they're trying to stay away from that football and play the Mangoba football, which is hard running. That's why you see it's direct football. That's why you see Abo Matthews, Abo Ribeiro are thriving in that type of direct football because these guys, they played in Europe. They know that football. So these ones, they are more ball players. Abo Mkulisi, half of those guys, they are ball players. You just need Tembazwane to put him there, and then you have the complete ball players. That's why they are struggling. They're not. The intensity is not there, and on top of that, you have not given them game time. So obviously, you're about to see a game like this. So as I was saying, when I OT that type of football, half of the team in the north that are playing in the Champions League, they play that type of football. It's gonna be easier for them to play against Sundowns. That's why I'm saying that type of football is going to be tested in CAF. I kept saying it's going to be tested, and I'm telling you, they're gonna fall short if they are playing like that and they are not innovative.
But then, is the gap really that big? Because I mean, Sundowns, it's not like they get beaten by 2-0, 3-0. It's always like a goal or two, a goal that takes them out of the Champions League. Was there a need to overhaul things?
No. All I'm saying on our OT is that you're not gonna get a 3-0 in the first half when you're playing in the CAF.
Okay.
And you're playing that type of football, right? And remember, you're playing quick players that are running the first 60 minutes. And then you see them going down in your 70s because the legs are tiring up, right? That's why you see teams are trying to come back. Yeah, but the beauty about his planning is that you kill them in the first 60 minutes. You kill the game, so that by the time they're trying to come back, at least you are defending. But in Africa, if you play like that, hey, I'm telling you, you're going to be beaten. You're not gonna score in the first half. They're gonna put a low block, defender, the right back and the wing. They're not gonna push, and then you're gonna see a low block.
Yeah.
And how are you gonna play that type of football there? You're not gonna win that type of football. So you need to be innovative and come up with different style of play, not the direct type of football. And they are watching these games because they know this is the best four. They are number 4 in Africa. So the chances of them meeting with them are high.
No. Thank you, Tyler. Guys, it's not just Nebi that's there. I saw Coach Siema is there. Hey, Kona Wotawontete. God has become the whole thing. Let me go to CJ. CJ, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm all right, man. Mr. OT, which one must I start with? Must I start with the banter or must I start with the game? Which one?
Banter first.
Mr. OT, do you know how much, guys? Do you guys know how much it costs for a PSL game to be playing in a municipality field? Do you know how much our government pays? Yeah. You pay traffic officers, you pay police, groundsmen, a lot of people are employed, technicians are employed. For the stadium, just to have 100 people. It looks like an ANC catered event. Where that's hire caterer, just spend thousands of rand catering for 100 people. These Sundowns must just look for a local school, even if it's these nice colleges, these high schools, these rich schools. Get their fields and just play there and save our tax money, because this is just a waste of our tax money, this one.
Marasiche, you're starting them, but then they're going to have to come and defend when they come on.
What are they defending? Wasteful expenditure. Sundowns should be called sun wasteful expenditure. These ones. The government, then GNU must do something about this thing. If you can't put fans, you mustn't play in the stadium. You must guarantee the government that the stadium is going to be. Look at those electricity. Where, hey guys.
The games, the game.
Let's go to the game. Let's go to the game. Listen, I feel sorry for John Matuka. I won't lie. These are not the players that. This is not the Royal AM that he built.
Yeah.
He left a very stable team and then he left, which I think that also for me was the biggest mistake. Understandingly so, a team that has a FIFA ban, their DTCs also, I think it's also suffering or something.
Yeah, they got banned.
And then core players left the team. That's another thing for you to suffer a FIFA ban and then your core players leave. Your De Jong leaves and all these good players, your Botsane leaves. And this, we have to take that into consideration, that they're not going to play. I think maybe Mamkiz's plan or mandate, it is just to save the team from, let's survive another year so that we'll be able to buy players and have the players that you want as a coach.
But I think were things any different even when they didn't have a transfer ban, because they weren't doing that much better.
But John Matuka was not there when on the second season, wasn't he? He left, didn't he?
He was there. He was gone for 6 months, wasn't he?
United. Did he go to Maritzburg United?
He left for like 6 months.
Wasn't it the entire season?
Wasn't it? But anyway.
Yeah, I think he left for a season. Then the other guy, the bigger chap, was the coach. Then after him, it was Dendens. And then
with
co-coaches. Yes, and Dendens. And then didn't they survive like a whole season together?
I can't remember now, but anyway.
I think so, man. But he came back, and then when he came back, that's when your Nukovic and those things started to get into place. That's when your Victor Hlongwane left, your Victor left, and all of that. And then he found a team that is actually in pieces, and now he cannot put the team back together. So I think we need to give him a chance to get the team to where he wants it to be again. And I think that's why Mamkhize is not threatening to fire him and do that. So coming from Sundowns team, I think I do agree with the people that are saying probably Manqoba is actually trying to show us why Sundowns did not win the Champions League. I think this is what he was trying to do, to answer us, to show us that these could be the reasons why they did not actually go all the way. Maybe he's building a team that is going to be very competitive. They're not going to win by referees giving them cancelling obvious goals and clear goals. And I think that's what I'm liking in this Manqoba's team, is that he actually wants to correct the mistakes that he observed could have been the reasons why they didn't go all the way up.
Okay, but for time's sake, Sinja, I have to jump in and bring in
I've got a high school, man, that is in Pretoria that they can play in. Just to save money.
Technically, there's a couple down the street there from Loftus, but it's fine. Let me go to Montana. Montana, welcome to the show. How are you?
Mr. OT, and the rest of the panel.
Tell me about this game, Montana. Tell me about this game, man.
The Royal AM, you can see coming from second half, they are playing, they are creating chances because they've got nothing to lose. You can see the touches from the players, everything. The Sundowns is catching is running after match, and Manqoba doesn't want to lose. So he likes to defend. It's the same thing that he did with Chiefs. When he saw the team is now starting to play his attack, he will put defenders. He doesn't like to lose that one. And we know how we got his job with Manqoba. He got his job as a curtain boy because he was put there just to. The guy is hungry. This guy is hungry. He said it from his conference that Motsepe is paying well. He doesn't have to go to another club because Motsepe is paying him well. So those statements, you don't get respect from those who are in charge of the club because they know you are hungry, you are just put there. He's just a face from Sundowns. There's nothing more that is expected from him. The players that are playing there, even you, OT, you can go and coach that team and play that chameleon football that you always talk about. There's nothing special Mangoba is doing there. The players are continuing with what Mokwena left there, the player, even Pitso. So there's nothing special. That's what it doesn't want to lose. That team, there's good players that can attack, that can score more goals. That's what happened when Sundowns was playing against Kaizer Chiefs. When he saw Kaizer Chiefs was trying to play the game, he became cautious. He wanted to defend. Even there, they could have scored more goals against Kaizer Chiefs because they have training players, the good attacking, Ribeiro. It took those players out and put defenders because it doesn't want to lose, especially to Kaizer Chiefs. I don't see something special Mangoba is doing there. Sundowns, they're just playing the normal football that they used to play.
But then, Montana, can I ask, does it need to be special?
Yes.
Because last season we were saying that, at the beginning of the season we were saying Sundowns is beatable and all of that stuff. Digi one game off of being invincible. Does he have to be special or does he need to win games like this? Rulani was winning games, Cabo 1-0 like this.
Those are different types of coaches. Rulani doesn't mind to lose a game as long as the team is playing well. Opposite to Mangoba. Mangoba doesn't want to lose games. He doesn't care how attractive football that Sundowns is playing, as long as he's not gonna lose a game. So that those coaches have a different mindset. The other one, he doesn't mind to lose, which is Mokwena. Mokwena, as long as the team is creating chances, is playing tiki-taka football, everything is there. He can lose a game. But Mangoba, he is more like Pitso. Pitso didn't want to lose a game. He will play dirty and blame coach the opposition, opposition, the coaches, the referees. That's how he didn't want to lose. And at his earlier stage at Sundowns, he employed those dirty tactics of defending, putting 10 men at the back, which he was criticizing when it came to Sundowns. Because Sundowns, they wanted to play those who shine. So those are different types of coach.
But for time's sake, for time's sake, I'm going to just have to jump in. Let me bring in Agent. Agent, 1-0, 70th minute. How do we feel about this?
I am boiling, Uti. I'm boiling inside. I'm boiling. But all I just say is opinions are like the buttocks. Everyone has them. Just that some are smaller than others. So it's fine. It's fine. I'll go to the match. It's okay. It's okay. No, man. This is exactly why sometimes I say Letlago is ahead of my banner in terms of development. This my banner boy is just overhyped. Yo, my lord. Like, he should have squared the pass there. He should have made pass there. He should have, scored there, but he didn't. Both chances missed, So he needs a lot of development, I know he's a hype player. So I think besides the hype, he needs a lot of DDC game. My frustration with him is on the same level as frustration with Maseko. Same level. But it's fine. So, but I think we're playing better now that Ribeiro is in that 10 Sharia and Miami is in. So there's a bit of intensity. There's a bit of Sundowns kind of thing here. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. I was a bit scared. Yeah.
No. I wanted to ask you, Mara, can we give Royal AM some credit, guys? I don't think they're playing badly. They're actually progressing the ball. They're playing up from the back. Actually, looks better now.
Yeah, no, I think if I go to Royal AM, I think we need Shalulu off.
Okay.
I don't know, because you don't have any strikers there. Maybe Letaku there as a striker, maybe, because I think he's the one who is kind of the weakest link now, So yeah, I think in terms of Royal AM, is that them being better or Sundowns being poor? I think a combination of both, to be fair. I don't think they've been impressive. They're just there, shame. I think Royal AM has never been the same ever since that incident of giving money on the pitch. They've never been the same after. No, I'm being genuine. This is where things begin. That was the genesis. Just look at from that time frame. They've never been the same. But anyways,
gold. Not a goal.
If it's Madena, I forget about it.
No, Kiribero.
Same thing. It's too casual. This one, someone said it. But anyways,
can I ask you? Just the last thing I want to ask you is about that casual. Do you worry as the coach about these games being casual like this, or do you just chalk it up to, you know what, it's a random game, as long as we can get the 1-0 or the 2-0 and go home, it's fine?
You're taking my time, OT, for me to take this team out of me. I'm waiting, man. You're not being fair. You can ask me those questions tomorrow, please.
Okay, I'll ask you tomorrow.
I think with Ribeiro, you take it out of him, you kill him. Unfortunately, that's the thing that I worry about, that you take that killiness away from him, you kill him, so I don't know, it's one of those things that you have to live with, I guess, It's like, once we started asking him to be going wide, to be playing what, we killed him, He was just Shalulile who was there to put in tap-ins, that's it, but, they say you shall speak the truth and the truth shall set you free. Someone spoke the truth, and he said, Mangoba, just like Pitso, they don't play to lose. The other one is playing to win.
Okay.
That's the thing. That's what has been costing us, that in terms when you're supposed to respect the game. That's why I say I respected Mangoba, because he respected the game. When you're under the coach, don't be coachy, defend, But the other one is youthful exuberance. When you are young, Shema, you try all kinds of styles, Shem. What style, what style, karate style, what style, when you get older, Shem, one style you sleep, everybody's happy, So this, I think that was the difference, OT took my time, don't say time. First thing is, that's the difference, that maybe this is how we won Champions League. We played not to lose, and our style of play was direct. Remember we had Abu Anthony Lafort, we had Abu Tiku, we didn't have Abu Zwane there. Zwane, we say you won Champions League, but then you speak for another day. We had Abu Bilal, Doli, Lafort, Mabunda Kekana, those runners, we're playing to run, So that's the way to win Champions League. Those who have been following Champions League of recent, there's a reason why he lost that one in my dad, and he's still losing with that way, And lastly, please mind your own business. Mind your own business. We'll mind our own business. Mind your own affairs. We'll manage our own affairs. Okay? We don't say anything when people pitch up to work. Head, what head? Please leave us in our empty stadium. And we are happy 57, please.
Hey, Barra, agent. For time, let me go to Temba. Hi, this is the group, guys. All of the group is like this. Temba, welcome to the show. How are you?
How are you, sir?
No, I'm good. How do you feel about this game?
The game is boring, to be honest. I won't lie, it's boring.
Why is it boring? Guys.
We miss those shoeshine things. Shoeshine piano, the Sundowns culture. That's what we miss at Sundowns. But
you're winning.
I'm winning, but I'm winning ugly. That's the thing.
Damn. So what do you think about this team? Do you think that this team touches the first team, quote unquote?
Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't because, as you can see, I mean, Coach Mangaba is trying to give everyone a chance at Mamelodi Sundowns, and everyone's trying to prove himself. But you can see that your likes of Mokwena is trying to get in those style of play of Mangaba, but he cannot because he hasn't adapted into those style of plays. But with Coach Rulani, you know, it was something different. He played, as you said, he's a person that can make a foul, you know, protects when we lose a ball in the consolidation phase. Yeah. And then we see he's trying, but there's no that hunger of him anymore. I think he's still attached to the thing that Rulani left the club. I think he's still attached to that. Even Motaung, we don't see the aggressiveness again. Even you know, those kind of things, man. And I miss those shine things. But as people are saying, when you go to Africa, you should play direct. But with Sundowns way, I feel like we should dominate. That's the thing. We should dominate, and we should create chances because that's the Sundowns way to dominate. We should dominate, not go direct, not play transaction, not play Mangawa's ball. But with Mangawa, I'm still not convinced. I want to run it back.
Luna kare le rata rulani. Okay, no time. Let me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
sir.
let me bring it, Talifang. But guys, it feels like damned if you do, damned if you don't here. Talifang, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing?
Must I also call you Mr. OT?
Aye, but anything goes, man.
Agent to Jelena Koyo, Tomutri. Yes. You know, quickly, good luck the boy talking about consolidation phase, eh? Khoza the terminology.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at how Real AM considered that goal. Like, why do we all intend or want to play out from the back?
Modern football, Talifang. Modern football, again.
You know, Lorona as fans, Lorona carries it hard, Lorona Rabadil, and hearing relationism and positional play, and consolidation phase, and I don't know if the coaches are under pressure to play this way, or is it the fans that are putting the pressure that is expected? Like, I don't understand. Because I'm looking at that Real AM goal. Never snaplani. After they gave that sentiment, no snaplani. Why are we forced? Because clearly, you don't have the tools to do what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Why are you doing it?
Yeah.
And there's just this insistent thing of wanting to play this way. Donna, sometimes Richard Bay, something will happen. Like this thing of trying to, because if I think about trying to play against Sundowns and playing out from the back, do you not think Sundowns has rehearsed every scenario in which to play out from the back?
Yeah.
But you still insist on doing this thing. Or whether our coach is lazy. Because Ngati Agna plan B outside of this. Or are we just always slandering long ball? What's happening?
So can I ask, Talifang, is there isn't the issue? Maybe the issue is that, you know, we have these weird values. So for example, we want to see Shushan in piano, even though Sundowns is literally winning 1-0, whether it's ugly or not ugly. Is it maybe something that now the coaches then feel as though I can't go to the Royal AM and draw versus Sundowns. I now need to play the ball out from the back. Is it that maybe that Nazi, as the people who are watching, we're just not happy with that?
You know, I don't think, Lorona, as fans, we don't know enough Kabolo to be saying we want what we want. End of the day, sometimes players or teams play very well. Arsenal, win a title for 20 years. But now what happens is, Chelsea, they want to bat defender, Rakauntara, it doesn't look sexy, but it gets results.
Yeah.
Isn't results the thing that matters in this world? Especially in the business and the game of football. Because end of the day, okay, how many trophies does your team have? End of the day. From box to box. Is the most important thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. And I think just football nowadays, there's no room for anything that is different outside of playing out from the damn back. Man. Sometimes you need
as a coach, do you need to have two different styles of play for different players, or do you just have to hope that the other guys adapt?
So, like you want, how fit a team, I've got an idea of how I want to play. I've got an idea. Mara, the tools don't allow. They don't allow the tools, right? So if the tools don't allow, I as a coach must adapt to the tools that I have and work around getting the best out of them instead of trying to force them to play out. If you're number 6 and your 2 6s or your 2 pivots have not under pressure, why would you want to play out from the back? It doesn't make any sense. If you're one of the center backs that are able to withstand pressure and give a long ball, why are you playing out from the back? How about you switch? Why are you forcing it? So as a coach, look, obviously, as maybe the board and whoever want it to look a certain way to entertain. Maram Jita Wheeler earlier on, all the stadium money for 100 people, what are we doing?
Okay.
What are we doing? And I don't think there's any amount of entertaining football that gets people there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, because OT, wait, this is the thing. How do I convince my players to watch PSL? In a game A.
No.
But, like, why? Why?
Yeah.
Like, because Nakopa was even about to just in the comments. If players say to me, Coach, I want to watch PSL, which games or which team should I watch? Please help me. Besides Pirates, is there anyone else? Maybe.
You know, Makesi, man.
I'll relax. Okay, dog. Okay. Oh, my word, you make me feel sick. You know, as a thing, because Linda with Kazama, Shebara PSL, Mara, I'm like, Mara, because what you always cry about decision making. It's a struggle. But this is the same people we must now have the kids watch.
Yeah.
Wow.
For time's sake, all I'll say to you is Nabi Paul. Nabi Paul is cooking.
Hey, let's beat them, Malatingane.
Nabi Paul is cooking. Just come this side. It's okay. You can watch us. It's okay. Don't worry.
No fair. Sharp.
Guys, it is 2-0. Mamelodi Sundowns has finally scored their second goal. To see out this game, 86 minutes. We are almost at the end of the game. Let me bring in Upugo. Bugo, how are you?
Hey, Putukunja.
Mangimnandi, man. We want to Janike. Putwa.
Yo, konzima. Akolula noyibukela. Hayi. And considering that kudlala ne Champions League, just imagine. Yo. Hayi.
Man, you may to go in favor. You must be patriotic. Ubukele zethu.
Let's be honest, but man. The standard Sundowns idrophile kakhulu. Or let's say maybe we should allow change, but if then in time the players adapt. Because
hey guys, mute.
Because you can see that almost all these guys, they have quality. Because you can like take equality ka Mokwena, ka Modiba, ka Kekana, all these guys like ababantu ngaba bebedlala equality football. So we see ku 30 sawini 30 Ntondoni ku-AFCON ngenxa yabo. But all of a sudden kuqala isizini kumcoach and then bonke bayadropa. Then there must be something. Because if we are honest with ourselves, Umangoba did present, I think why interview ngoteko and Kekana Pagla show Sundowns. Uthi akazodlala le bhola kaMokwena. But then ngendlela diverte akanazo players odlala la counter attack football. Because let's look at the way abaqale ngakhona namhlanje. Uqale ngoMokwena is a 6. Mokwena number 1 can never play as a 6. Even kwi-best yakhe ekwi-supersport there was always Dean Ferman. Umokwena edlala as an 8. But ngoku it's more like kukho Alend. So yena kufuneka enze decision making. You can't play Mkhulise, Alenda and Mokwena. And then now yabona apha ngoku une combination engathi ngu-8 almost so 3 as players. So you don't have a 6. Then Uripiro has to come from the wing azodlala u-10. Then there's no 7. So like there's a lot, man, as I put out, even from the personnel ayithathayo ezizosota the way yafuna udlala ngakhona. Because there's one player, the N naughty, that I rate too much. Yabona, who is it, Matthews? That guy low slender.
Yeah, Matthews. Yeah, Matthews.
Upper SA, bafana iyamdinga la player. It's just that udinga a right coach to uba amdlalise to his strength, because that guy is always ready for that final ball. Azojongana no goalkeeper 1-on-1, you know that it's a goal. So Mokwena Orlando Mangoba, I think usadinga uqala fumane balance kwi-team yakhe. That's the first thing, because balance ayikho. And i-Royal AM uyayibona uba ayizina competition, iyabhora like i-Sundowns could win last season 5-0 idlala ne-Royal AM, but you could watch it. But today it's difficult to watch. So it tells you a lot, Ngel. When tactical, maybe players azikayifumani uba uma nqoba ufuna zenzeni, because wayethe yena ufuna ibhola ihambe ngespeed, like it has to get to the third half as soon as possible. Kanti Mokwena would say that attract the opponent so that xa seyisiza then sifumane izibases. I think it's the way badlala ngakhona, but uma nqoba also the personnel afuna uyifaka ayisuthi le bhola yakhe.
So then, Mtshele, very quickly, should there be a second tactic, Magafaka Laba? Because we know what if team is Sundowns, the way it plays, like we know it's dangerous, they score goals, they do all of that. Should he have another tactic, Ngalaba?
Andithi say-aplayile le yakhe. It's just that ezi players zikhona azikangeni kule nto athi uyayifuna. Umodiba, you know that Umodiba adlale good. Ubukho umqaphele under Mokwena akla 8 position. I-players besithi xa zipressa afake eza bhola, which is it's usually reverse passes, and then abuye azoyilandela. Ngoku akho mntu umpresayo uzoyidlala njani laa nto, because ziibhola ebezimenza abe dangerous. Even uThemba Zwane is dangerous uma usenza laa nto. The minute upressa ubonisa space, and then xa ubonisa space there is someone running to that space, whether usuka from the right wing position, which umshishi is ngathi ngu-10 othanda i-half spaces, because ayingo-10 ofuneka ofana nombulo. Uyabona ngoku the way uMokwena le nto uRulani adlala ngakhona, befanele ii-players ezinjengombule, because umbule used to master this way of playing esekwi-supersport. Kubekho abantu emveni kwakhe, yena abuye, because yena can shoot from distance, can pass, and can also dribble. So idinga umuntu ozokwenza loo nto othi immediately xa jika nebhola udinga ujongana nezandi. Unlike uThemba Zwane, because uThemba Zwane they needed someone to feed them. Ibongene ku-half spaces.
For time's sake, he's on get a lap. Let me bring in Gustavo, guys. I think I'm going to limit everybody to a minute after this because the game is ending. We'll speak properly. You know, guys, Thursdays, we're going to break it down proper. Oh, 1-2-1. Heaven. Royal AM 2-1. Let me bring in Gustavo. Gustavo, 2-1. It's been coming. Unfortunately, they scored after they conceded 2. How do you feel about this game now?
This is what happens when you play against a team that's not attacking you. This is what happens. You sleep.
Yeah.
You know, you sleep. And this is what we struggled with last season also, whereby teams would play a low block and the defenders would forget that they have to defend. When they start getting attacked, you get a goal easy. Look at how many players we have in the box for that player to be getting the ball. You know, but yeah, man, I secured the 3 points. Sambeni yolala, yabo. But Shama Pen,
Can I ask you something, Gustavo? Can I ask you something before I want to know? Are we overpraising Rulani and his Sundowns because they played a lot of ugly matches last season also?
Yeah. It happens to any team. Sometimes there are those matches whereby you go to a certain, maybe it's an away game or a home game. Most was home games. You go there and you are like, as much as we are playing good, I don't understand what's happening here. You know, it's an ugly one. Hey, Bafana is embarrassing me, man, with agent. But yeah, you know, it's an ugly one. You know,
Okay.
you just need to grab those. It's like how you play tournament football. Just get the win. Just get the win. Get the win, and we'll fix the problems later on. You know, training to the training ground, back to the school training port. You know, so that's what happens.
Okay.
You know, but the game changed a lot now with Lontuzana, Mapena, and Omayema. Hey, it's headers. Hey, agent. But yeah, no,
Okay.
man. Yeah, the game changed with Mapena, no Lontuzana, no Omayema. The moment you put natural players in their natural position, you put a natural sort of number 10. You know, with Mane, Mayema, you get something, and you use Mapena's directness. You know, and it's forward only, and we try to attack.
Yeah.
You know,
But for time.
Yeah, blow the whistle, ref. Blow the whistle.
Guys, we'll break the game down tomorrow for those who are here for the first time. Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. unless there's a watch along. So tomorrow we're going to be here and we'll speak about the Pirates game and also this game. Let me go to Glenn. Glenn, how do you feel? How do you feel about this game? Welcome.
I have nothing to feel. It's Sundowns after all. Yeah, but I want to re-emphasize my point that I've made. It was that, and my point was that mokwena under Mangoba Miti is ineffective.
Yeah.
And today we've seen it, and I think we are going to continue seeing it. And then another thing that we must accept is that the Rivaldo Gauthier at the number 6 position is playing far better than Mokwena, because we must remember that Mangoba Miti is an extension of Pitso. So it's just a continuation of what Pitso was doing back then, and then they are just continuing it now. So I think the boy must just go to Belgium, go there and play for Club Brugge. You'll come back because South African football has just has passed him. There's no one who can afford him here in South Africa, and I don't think Sundowns will ever want to sell him to someone here in South Africa.
Okay. No, but for time, Glenn, let me go to Vusi. How do you feel about this game?
Uthi kunjani my man?
Ngimnandi man, babusana.
Ngimnandi man. Uthi idike ngicorrect abantu man ba criticize uMabhena bathi ufuna ukuzenza umfukeki. I watch both boys badlalela School of Excellence. uMabhena bekagcoka u10. Umfukeki angisakhumbuli bekagcoka abantu, but uMabhena ubeka. uMabhena is way better than umfukeki. It's just that uMabhena uwe team quality ayikaka khona ukum-expose but asikho lapho. Coming back to the game, OT man, mina OT, I've got one question. In South Africa, do we follow when we hire the coach, do we follow the coach's style of play, or we ask the coach to stick to the team's style of play? Why I'm asking that question is because people are saying Rulani ball and now it's Mangoba ball. What is the difference between the two? Is now Sundowns change? Did Fleming allowed Sundowns to change the style to Mangoba, or did Fleming ask Rulani to bring his own style into the team? So you understand. But for me, Mangoba, watching this game, Mangoba is just that he's got quality. Sundowns got quality. Today, we saw the quality of Sundowns playing, not Mangoba's tactics. People can argue with me and say, yeah, it was Mangoba, it was not Mangoba, it was Sundowns quality. If Auti Utlala maybe about 2-3 games, the day you get your chance, you'll prove people wrong that you are a good player, because we can argue. Sundowns is a star-studded team. So
Yeah.
whoever you play there, he will give you the results. And I'm saying today it was Sundowns. The players came out to play to win the game, not Mangoba. I haven't seen Mangoba's style of play. I am still figuring it out. But who am I to question it? But I'm still figuring it out with what is his style of play actually.
Okay, no. Vusi, thank you so much. Guys, I'm gonna come back tomorrow. We will discuss the games proper in detail. So please join me at 7 p.m. Here's my thing. This game is very interesting. Sundowns didn't play well, but there's a lot of things at play with Sundowns not playing well. So you've made changes and you've brought in other people. There's an adapting that has to happen there. When you bring in a lot of new people, look at what Pirates versus Makesi gave us, for example. Sometimes, man, they don't click as much as possible. Sometimes the new tactics, they're not on it the way that they should be, and they're still going to get better as they go along. There's those things. There was a complacency question where it felt like Mamelodi Sundowns wasn't playing as hard as maybe they should be playing. There's a lot of factors that play into this. But all I want to say is, let's not overhype what Coach Rulani had done when he was here. He had a lot of games like this. And it's the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns won, that is what we need to look at. With a disjointed midfield, with a front three that was pretty much off for the entire game. Abo Ribeiro were not in the game. All of those things that we were saying this whole stream log, they were not quite there, but they won the game. And I think the conversations we've been having goes back to a question that I had a very long time ago. Is it that, do we care about the result? I think sometimes as South Africans, we don't necessarily care about the result as much. We want to see beautiful football. If Mangoba plays this way, let's say this is how he's going to play for the rest of the season. If he plays this way and he wins you the league, will it be any less of a win than what Coach Rulani had done, for example? And are we maybe being a little bit too harsh? Even today, when you look at mokwena, Mudau, and all those guys, yes, they are out of sync, but are we being too harsh on people who haven't played, who haven't gotten the chance to play up to this point, who are now adapting to a new style of play? We know what Mangoba does normally. Ribeiro doesn't play on the right wing, right? He doesn't play on the right wing. He plays in the middle in the Mangoba team. But then he's playing on the right. Shalulile's in. We've all spoken about Shalulile and maybe how he's off form. So, guys, are we being a little bit too harsh here? And then the last thing that I want to say, honestly, I think Royal AM surprised me. Royal AM came out and, they committed 3 people forward. They came out and, they were pressing from the front at times. They actually played football. This is not a Royal AM that I'm used to. A Royal AM I'm used to is we park the bus and then we wait and hopefully we'll survive in Mamelodi Sundowns. But here they come and they actually 2-1. They could have scored. They scored at the end. They could have gotten another one. There have been plenty of chances where they were looking at Williams, and I know I'm going to get killed elsewhere when I say that it wasn't a good game by Sundowns, but I think Royal AM did relatively well in this game, but you still have to ask the question about whether it's Royal AM playing well or Sundowns playing badly, and maybe you'll find your balance there, but the game is the game. Guys, Mamelodi Sundowns beat Royal AM 2-1. Tomorrow, 7 p.m., we're going to be here watching the game together and, not watching the game, doing the normal show. That's when we'll break this down properly. There'll be panels. Everybody will be able to tell me exactly how they feel about this thing. So please join me tomorrow at 7. Yeah, Nombulelo, I think they don't like Mangoba, which goes back to another thing that I spoke about. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to have my thoughts out in the next, let's say, 40 minutes. I'll have my thoughts up on my YouTube channel. Go and find out what I'm thinking. Thank you so much. If you want to watch any of the previous episodes, they are available in full on YouTube. Then we have thank you to Fandenom, Kodani, Temba, Papa Khosi, Merchant Hub, Ausin Tabi, Malume Kuzo, thank you so much for the gifts. Blessing, thank you so much for the gifts on that side. And Tyler, Crazy T2. Thank you so much for the gifts. I'll see you guys then tomorrow, 7 p.m. Bye, everyone.